Good morning, all. Today I am going to discuss about organizational conflicts. So, after group behavior, another important thing from the organization side. So, there is some problems in the organization because organization is nothing but a collection of group of people. That's why it's a group. Group that means the overall uh, employees of the organization is nothing but a group. So, suppose if you are taking, suppose there is 100 employees are there in the organization, then automatically they are the 100 employees are having different types of attitudes and different types of behaviors. That's why there is some problems are arised in general in between the employees. So employee to employee, some of the problems are there, and management to employees, some of the problems. So the problems in between employees and the management, and also the problems in between employee and employee. So both are leads to ultimately organizational conflicts. Okay. So then we have to manage these conflicts. Okay. So in an effective manner, because if you are neglecting these organizational conflicts, ultimately it leads to some of the problems to organization. Okay. So it leads to some other problems to organization. Then in simple words, organization conflicts may be defined as a situation in which there is a breakdown in decision making just because of irrational and incompatible stand taken by one or all concerning parties to decision making. Okay. So in organization conflicts is defined as a situation in which there is a breakdown in decision making. Suppose if there is any, suppose is there any suppose uh, organizational conflicts, then the situations which are caused to break down the decision making process. Suppose if you are taking any type of decision regarding the organization, then there is a situations which are stopped the process of decision making process just because of irrational and incompatible stand taken by one or all concerning parties to decision making. So the reason is irrational and incompatible stand. So that means uh, the employees are the persons. Suppose the employees are taking the incompatible stand. Okay, so based on incompatible stand, based on decision making. Okay, so based on decision making, then ultimately it leads to some other problems. Okay, so ultimately it leads to some other problems. The situations which are caused to break down the decision making process, that is nothing but called as the organizational conflict. Okay, those are nothing but called as organizational conflict. Okay, so decision making process never stops. Okay, so that ultimately some of the problems are there is some delay, but we are taking the decisions in a very effective manner and also without any delay. Okay, so according to S.R. Robbins, it defines conflict as a process in which an effort is purposefully made by a person or unit to block another that result in frustrating the attainment of others' goals or furthering of his or her interests. Okay, so S.R. Robbins, according to S.R. Robbins, defines conflict as a process in which an effort is purposefully made by a person. Okay, so this is the effect, and this is the effort which is personal purposefully made by a person. So intentionally they are doing this, or you need to block another that result in frustrating the attainment of other goals. That means a person or a unit or block another unit result or another group result, and also uh, frustrating the attainment of others. Okay, so frustrating the attainment of others goals, and also some other person having some of the goals. So these persons are frustrating that personal goals, that means the other person's goals and also interests. That means they are disturbing the other person's goals and also interests. That is also called as conflict. Okay, so then According to Morton Dash, conflict as a situation whenever incompatible activities occur. That means compatible activities are, it is okay. But is there any incompatible activities occurred? That is called, suppose the reason is, suppose there is a situation is occurred that leads to some incompatible activities. Okay, that leads to some incompatible activities. That is called as conflict. Then James D. Thompson defines conflict as organizational conflict is that behavior by the organizational members which is expanded in opposition to other members. So according to the Thompson, conflict as an organizational conflict. Conflict is organizational conflict because we are talking about only organizational conflict, not general conflicts. Is that behavior by the organizational members. So generally organizational conflict is caused by organizational members, the behavior of the organizational members, which is expanded in opposition to other members. That leads to opposition to the other members. Suppose you have to do anything oppose to other members, that is also a conflict. Okay, so the meaning is, suppose the other person is doing something, then you have to stop that activities, or you have to disturb that activities, then that is nothing but it leads to some conflict. That is also one of the problem. Okay, so these are the simple definitions of organizational conflict. Then conflict has three elements. In general, conflict has three elements. The first element of conflict is the existence of a struggle of some type. So if there any struggle, then it leads to a conflict. Okay, struggle means is there any problem. Then secondly, the involved parties must have or think they have. That means what, who are the parties are involved? That means who caused for conflict. Okay, so that are called as parties. Then lastly, there must be some degree of interdependence between the people who are involved. Last thing is, the third element is the interdependence in between the parties, the people who are involved in the conflict. Okay, so these are the three elements are very, very important in the conflict management. So conflict has three elements. One is conflict is the existence of a struggle of some type. Secondly, involved parties. And third one is degree of interdependence between the people who are involved. The interdependence, that means the dependency on one with another. Okay, so that is called as interdependence. These three elements are affecting the conflict. Okay, very, very important. Then reasons for conflict. Okay, so what are the reasons to raise a conflict? Causes of conflicts, those are nothing but simply. So what are the causes for arising a conflict, or reasons for a conflict? So why the reasons are, why the conflicts are generally occurred? Okay, the reasons behind that. Then first one is the conflicting needs. So first one is conflicting needs. So what is the meaning of conflicting needs? Whenever people compete for scarce resources, recognition and power, conflict can occur. Okay, so whenever people are compete, that means they are compete with another. Okay, there is a scarce resource. That means there is a limited resources. No, we are not having the full resources, and also they are try to get recognition, and also they are getting the power. Then ultimately it leads to some conflict. Okay, so that means somebody, the management is giving power to some other person into the group. That means suppose the group leader is having some of the problems, then the management is taking some other person from that group, and they give a leader position for that group. So up to that period, the person is also working with them, working together. Then ultimately, in some based on some situation, then he will become a leader. Then ultimately, the remaining people are feel some jealous. He is also one of the person. He is also a group member before. Now he becomes a group leader, and he uh, he shows his authority on group members. Then ultimately it leads to some of the conflicts, some egoistic nature of the group members. Then it leads to some conflict. Okay, so for the purpose of recognition or for the purpose of power, and although and also for the resources, generally there is a conflict. Okay, so this is the conflicting needs. And the second one is conflicting styles. So another thing is, next one is the conflicting styles. So conflicting styles means because individual bear unique, they all have different styles. So everybody has their own behavior, and also everybody there have their own styles. So working style is different, that is unique, that is unique to person to person. So it is changed to person to person. Everyone should understand their own style and learn how to work with others who have different style. So then everybody first they are try to know about their own style, and also how to learn how to understand the other person's different the other person's styles also, and also how we are working with the different style people. So because you have your own style and some other people are having their own style, so the group is suppose the group members, then you are working in a group, then you have to adjust the styles of the other group members. Okay, so then you have to understand the other person's style and also their attitude, then only you have to adjust it in the group. Okay, that is second one is the conflicting style. Then third one is conflicting perceptions. So third reason is conflicting perceptions. So what is the meaning of this? So then when person have alternate images of the same stimulus, and each will attend and interpret the information in somewhat different manner. Okay, so when person have alternate images, the person having some of the alternative images, that means pictures of himself, that means the situation, the how he is behaving of the same stimulus, and each will attend and interpret the information in somewhat different manner. Suppose the images are suppose you are seeing one time, we have imagined something about that, and you have to see the second time, your perception is different. Suppose you have to observe some other things in that image, the stimulus is different. Suppose you are randomly suppose you are frequently seeing the image, then each and every time you have to observe the some of the new things in that image. Okay, so at first time you are not able to uh, uh, analyze the complete image. So slowly you have to understand what is the image and what are the things in the image. Then you have to interpret the information in a different manner. First time you have to analyze different manner, and the second time you have to analyze in a different manner, third time, fourth time, and fifth time, like this. In this, people may view the same incident in dramatically different ways. Memos, performance reviews, rumors, and hallway comments can be sources for conflicting perception. So then, in this, people may view the same incident in dramatically different ways. Memos. So the same incident is happening, but their perception is different, and they are assuming the different things about the same incident, like memos, performance reviews, rumors, and hallway comments can be sources for conflicting perceptions. So these are the reasons for conflicting perceptions, different perceptions. Okay, so that means one is quite opposite to the another, like this. Okay, so that is the conflicting perception. Then next one is conflicting goals. So next important thing is conflicting goals. Problem can occur when people are responsible for different duties in achieving the same goal. So that means problems can occur when people are responsible for different duties. Suppose if you are done something, then you are the total response, you are the person is total responsible for that, and also in achieving the same goal. Suppose all are having the same goal, but the responsibilities and the duties are different. Suppose if you are doing something, then you are the responsible for that. Okay, this is the conflicting goals. Okay, then Next one is conflicting roles. So conflicting roles means this conflicts occurs when one task is when one task is assigned to more than one person and may put certain constraints to role. Okay, so this conflict generally occurs when one task is assigned to more than one person. Suppose if the same task or the more than one task is assigned to the more, suppose one task is assigned to more than one person, that means you are giving the same task to the different persons, more than one person, and may put certain constraints to role. So now automatically it is in general the problems are arising in between the persons and also roles. Okay, so this is also one of the cause. And then next one is the different personal values. So next thing is different personal values. So everybody has having their own human values and their individual values. Regarding different personal values, politics, religion can cause conflict. Suppose you are supporting one of the political party and another person is supporting the another political some other political party. Then the strategies depending upon the political strategies of the parties, then you are also changing your attitude. That means you are also supporting that things. Suppose you are supporting one of the party, then they are taking any stand on the particular issue, on that particular issue, then you have to support that particular issue and also the same thing. Okay, same thing. Suppose what the parties stand, and then you have to support that party stand. Then you are also supporting that one. That means you are not. Suppose if anybody is opposing the stand of your supporting political party, then you are also disagree with that person, and also there is a conflict in between you and other people. Suppose the religion, suppose you are following one religion and some other is following some other religion. So today, based on the caste and based on the religion and as based on the area, that means that means states, then the conflicts are there. Then today we are seeing the very pathetic situation in two Telugu states. So now we are facing a problem, serious problem with the water projects. Okay, so hydel projects. Telangana state is misusing the Krishna river water. Then they are producing the power from the water and they are digging the water. So without any calculation or without any permission from the Krishna river board, then it leads to conflict in between the two states. After some time, this leads to a problem between the two state peoples, right? So because the farmers are losing, so up to today, the government is not releasing the water for cultivation. Okay, so that because they don't have the water facility. So after power is produced, the water is wasted. Suppose the water is coming to the Prakasam barrage, and after that there is no storage capacity. That's why all the water is went to sea. Okay, that's why this is that means the water is wasted. Okay, so unnecessarily the water is merged with seawater. Okay, then this is one of the problems. So based on the religion and based on the region and based on the politics, okay, so the personal values are also changed. So then color authentically differences can lead to conflict. Then in some other countries, the color is also very, very important. Color means white and blacks. So in America, there is a problem in between whites and blacks. So because in America there is no, suppose they are following the same religion, that means Christianity. So there is no caste in the America. That's why they are fighting with the conflicts arise in between whites and blacks. So what is the, suppose the reason is different, but ultimately it is to some of the problems in between the persons. So and also in South Africa also there is a problem of whites and blacks. Then next one is unpredictable policies. So next another important thing is the unpredictable politics. So we are not estimating the political factors. So at any moment, the political factors are changed. Sorry, policies are changed. So unpredictable policies. Then the organization is changes the policies without any intimation to the workers in the organization. Then ultimately it also leads to some other problems. So unpredictable policies. Then the employees or the workers in the organization, they are not expecting these type of policies. So without any expectation, the management is implementing some of the policies without any proper intimation and without any discussion to the with the employees. Then ultimately it is some of the conflicts. Whenever policies are changed, inconsistently applied, or non-existent, misunderstanding are likely to occur. Suppose whenever the policies are changed inconsistently, so we are changing the policies inconsistently, applied or non-existence misunderstanding are likely to occur. Okay, so applied or non-existence misunderstanding are likely to occur. Then ultimately it leads to some misunderstanding. Okay, so because the policy is not able to understand by all the employees, then ultimately it leads to some problem. Then the absence of clear policies or policies that are constantly changing can create an environment of conflict. Okay, so the absence of clear policies are that are constantly changing. So then the policies are constantly changed. Then ultimately it's creating an environment of conflict. Then the organization itself causes for a conflict because the policies are frequently changed. Okay, so this is also one of the reason for conflict. Then next one is the informal factors, informational factors. So when various points of views have been developed, suppose based on the based on some issue, then there is a different views. Okay, so the different views are also caused as a problem for conflict, as a reason for conflict. Okay, so these are the reasons for arising a conflict in the organization. Okay. Then next important thing is consequences of conflicts in organization. So after raising a conflict, then what are the consequences? That what are the situations that are arising, and what are the consequences? That means what parinamal antam. So after raising a conflict in the organization, what are the consequences? That means what is the suppose what after conflict arising? What are the situations in the organization after raising the conflicts? That is consequences. So Thomas E.W. So Thomas E.W. gives a list of the positive and negative consequences of conflicts. Okay. So Thomas E.W. gives a list of positive and negative consequences. That means some of the consequences are positive and some of the consequences are negative. Okay. So in general meaning, సత్పరిణామాలు దుష్పరిణామాలు. ఓకే, సో కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ అనేది వచ్చిన తర్వాత దానివల్ల కలిగే దుష్ప్రభావాలు ఏంటి, లేకపోతే మంచి పరిణామాలు ఏంటి? సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ టాపిక్. ఓకే, దెన్ యూ ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. Then what are the positive consequences? So one is helps people to do introspect. Okay, so and the based on the suppose what are the positive consequences? So helps people to do the introspective. Okay, so introspective means in this suppose in this word there is a meaning, it gives some meaning. So introspect means you are able to understand what is the inner things. So one minute. So sorry, so some of the technical issues. So helps people to do the introspect. So introspect means then you have to analyze yourself. You are able to understand, analyze yourself, and you have to know yourself. Okay. So జనరల్గా అంటాం కదా ఆత్మ పరిశీలన చేసుకోవడం అని. సో ఆత్మ పరిశీలన చేసుకోవడం ఇంట్రోస్పెక్ట్ అన్నమాట. సో హెల్ప్స్ టు పీపుల్ టు ద ఇంట్రోస్పెక్ట్. దట్ మీన్స్ ఎవ్రీబడి వాంట్స్ టు know about himself. Then this organization conflicts are useful to know about himself. Then next one is the helps people to seek clarification. So after that, it is also helps to people seek clarification. Suppose if you are any doubt in a particular thing, then they are getting the clarification on that. Then next one is the leads to innovation. Then if suppose there is an the conflicts are also used for to innovate new things. Okay, suppose in generally, suppose conflict is arising in between the people, then ultimately it creates some of the competition in between the people. Then it leads to they are knowing the new things, and also they are getting the knowledge on some of the new things, and they try to innovate new things. Then next one is the stimulates people. Then ultimately it gives some motivation to the people. They are doing something, so it forces the people they are doing the something. And the next one is that it provides challenge. Then it creates a motivate. Suppose it is motivated the people, they are doing the something, and also they are taking the challenging tasks, and it provides some challenge. It gives some challenge to the people. Okay, so they are also able to do the challenging tasks. Then conflicts calls attention to malfunctioning of different parts, units, and section. Okay, so conflicts calls attention to malfunctioning. Okay, so there is an attention to malfunctioning of different parts, units, and section. Okay, so suppose the conflict is used to know what are the malfunctionings in the different parts or the different units of the section. Then you have to know. Suppose if there is a conflict, then ultimately you have to identify the problem of that conflict. Then you have to know the problems also. That in this way, the conflicts are used to management to know the problems in the different parts or the different units in the organization. What are the malfunctions in the organization? Then next one is the conflict can be used as a strategy to shift off problems temporarily. So another important another use is another positive consequence is, so conflict can be used as a strategy. So the shift of problems temporarily, then you have to shift off the problems, then you have to shift the problems temporarily, then the strategy is very much useful for that. Then conflict serves as a safety value in release of ill wills. So then is there any ill wills are also safety? Suppose the safety value in release of ill wills, then this conflict also useful. Then increases cohesiveness in case of intergroup conflict, serves as a cementitious force. Okay, so the the conflict, suppose if there any conflict occurred, then if it is a intergroup conflict, okay, so it increases the cohesiveness. Suppose after resolving the conflict, then it increases the cohesiveness in between the people. Then also it gives a cementitious force. That means it creates some strong relationship in between the forces, in between the group members. Okay, so these are the positive consequences. Then next one is what are the negative consequences, and some of the negative consequences are also there. That means these are the మనం ఏమన్నాం, సో దుష్పరిణామాలు అన్నాం. So bad effects. Then waste different types of resources. So if there are any conflicts in sometimes the employees are waste the resources, different types of resources. That is one of the negative thing. And second one is diverts attention from organization goals. When the conflict is arisen, then ultimately it takes some diversion from the organizational goals. Then next one is creates a negative climate. So the organizational climate is changed to the that it becomes a negative climate, negative impacts. Then ultimately the people are the employees are not comfortable, unable to comfortable to work in the organization environment. Okay, then the next one is so then focuses on subunit goals. So then suppose if there any conflict in the groups, then individually focusing on their own goals, subunit goals, that is also one of the negative thing. And next one is the suppresses feelings for finding a solution. Suppose if you are trying to suppose if you are trying to find out the solution for a problem, then it suppresses the feelings. That means suppose if you have feeling to finding a solution a problem, then it suppresses the negative consequences are suppressing that feelings. Okay, suppresses means అణిచివేయడం తొక్కిపెట్టడం. సో అలాంటి ఫీలింగ్స్ రాకుండా చేస్తున్నాను అంట. సో దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఇస్ ద కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ లాసెస్ ఆబ్జెక్టివిటీ. So then if there suppose if conflict is arisen, then ultimately you have to losses your objectivity. So for what purpose you have to do, then you are unable to identify that one. Then conflict decreases cohesiveness. In case of intra-group conflicts, conflict affects psychological well-being of the employee. Then suppose if there any conflicts are arises, then ultimately it is to decreases the cohesiveness. That means there is the suppose the coordination is decreased in between the group members, and also it is also affects on the psychological well-being of the employee. So it creates some negative impact on the attitude of the psychological feelings of the employee. It creates some negative feelings on the psychological well-being of the employee. Then it may lead to distract among people results in flight of personnel. Okay, so it may lead to distract among people results. That means it is also shows the impact on the results of the people based people also. So this is another negative consequence. So these are the negative consequences of the after the conflict is arisen. Okay, so that's it. So the topic is over. So today I stopped over here. Okay, thank you.